Okay, so today we're going to start 10.3. This is just a one part. We're going to talk about polygons and perimeter, which means that in the coming chapters we're actually going to talk about surface area and volume of figures. So we're going to start out with 2D figures and make our way to 3D figures. So a polygon is any closed shape in the plane formed by 3 or more line segments that intersect only at their endpoint. So it has to be 3 or more because a triangle is the smallest polygon and it's made with 3 sides. Polygons are closed, and that's because the starting point and ending point are the same. A regular polygon is a polygon whose sides are all the same length and whose angles are all the same measure. So this is all stuff that we learned in geometry class. So here's some examples. You have a triangle with 3 sides, a quadrilateral with 4 sides, a pentagon with 5, hexagon with 6, heptagon with 7, octagon with 8. So this is really easy. The first thing we're just going to do is classify them by their sides. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be a quadrilateral. It helps if you mark them off. Sometimes when you get like 9 sides, 11 sides, sometimes they're hard to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a pentagon. Simple. Okay. We did a whole chapter in geometry on quadrilaterals. Some of you guys made kites. Most of you did not. Most of you just had a little chart where you could look at the different types of quadrilaterals and their properties. So we're actually going to talk about this. So a quadrilateral is just a 4-sided closed polygon. There are different types of quadrilaterals. We have a parallelogram. A parallelogram is going to be a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel and they have the same measure. Opposite angles also have the same measure. So there's your representation. A rhombus is a parallelogram, so it holds all properties of a parallelogram. It also has equal sides. A rectangle, again, is a parallelogram, so it holds all properties a parallelogram has. And this one has 4 right angles. A square is like the best of the quadrilaterals. It holds all the properties of all the 3 listed above it. So a square is going to be a quadrilateral, it's going to be a parallelogram, it's going to be a rhombus, and it's going to be a rectangle. So the actual definition is a rectangle with all sides having equal length. So you get the rectangle and the rhombus put together. Each angle measures 90. And the square is considered the regular quadrilateral. So if anyone mentions a regular quadrilateral, it's a square. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. So all the other ones above this have 2, but a trapezoid only has 1 pair of parallel sides. So which of these quadrilaterals have opposite sides that are parallel? Opposite sides that are parallel, they all have at least 1. But if we're going to talk about both pairs, you would have a parallelogram, you would have a rectangle, you would have a rhombus, and you would have a square. Of the quadrilaterals which have right angles, that's going to be a rectangle and a square. Which of these quadrilaterals is not a parallelogram? That's a trapezoid. A trapezoid is not going to be a parallelogram because it does not have both pairs of opposite sides parallel. Only 1. So, perimeter. Perimeter is easy. You just add up the outside. It's the sum of the lengths of its sides. You're going to be measured in linear units. You're going to have inches, feet, yards, meters, kilometers, those types of things. So it says the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. The formula is going to be the perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and that is a cursive L just for the fact that that's usually how you see it, because L and I and 1, those can all be confused, so they usually use the cursive. So, calculating perimeter. So, let's go through all of these. So the perimeter of a rectangle. Perimeter is equal to 2L plus 2W. So for this case, you're going to do 2 times 12 plus 2 times 3, or you can just add all those up. You should get 24 plus 6, which is 30 centimeters. So you could do 12 plus 3 is 15 and double it. You could just add them all up. There's tons of different ways. The perimeter for a square is going to be equal to 4s, 4 times the side length. So the perimeter for this is going to be equal to 4 times 250. 4 times 250 is like having 4 quarters. So that's going to be 1,000 inches. And if you notice, these are in normal units. Normal units. Perimeter for a triangle, I don't think there is like any actual equation. So we're going to do 9 plus 7 plus 11. 9 and 7 is 16. 16 and 11 is 27 feet. Okay, for this last one, so for perimeter, this side here is made up of this side and this side. So this is actually 9. And then this side here is made up of this side and this side. So this side would be 3 and 4, which is 7. So now you can successfully do this. So you're going to have 3 and 3 and 6 and 4. I'm going to do that first. So that's going to be 16 plus 7 plus 9. So that's 16 and 16, which would be 32 feet for that perimeter. So hopefully that makes sense. You had to find those 2 long sides by using the sides that go the same direction as them. So to find 7, I used the vertical sides, and to find 9, I used the horizontal sides. An application of perimeter. So a rectangle field has a length of 150 feet, and then we'll just call this a width of 90 feet. If fence costs $6 per foot, or $6.50, excuse me, per foot, find the cost to enclose the fence. So we first need to find the perimeter. Perimeter is going to be equal to 2 times 150 plus 2 times 90. This is going to be equal to 300 plus 180. So this is equal to 480. So that's going to be the perimeter. You then, let me get out my calculator, need to take that number and multiply it by 6.5. So 480 times $6.50, it's going to be $3,120 for that. Do the same thing for this. So we have a length and we have a width, and we know how much the fence costs. So you're going to do P is equal to 2 times 126 plus 2 times 84. This is going to give you 252 plus 168. Add those up. You're going to get that the perimeter is 420 feet. Take that 420, multiply it by $5.25, and you're going to get $2,205. So it's going to cost less because the fence is less and you are covering less footage. Okay, we talked about this in geometry as well. So this is going to be how to find the sum of the angles on the inside. Remember, one triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So basically what this diagram down here is showing you is if I draw a line here, this makes two triangles. If I draw lines like this, if that was straight, it makes three. I can cut this one into four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So what that is saying is that the number of sides is going to be, you're going to take the number of sides and subtract 2 from it to get the number of triangles. And then you're going to take the number of triangles and multiply that by 180 to get the total number on the inside. So here's your formula. N minus 2 times 180. That's what we're going to use. So it says, for this last problem, find the sum of the measures of the angles of the octagon. I know an octagon without counting has 8 sides. So find the sum of the measures of the interior angles. So that's going to be 8 minus 2 times 180, which is equal to 6 times 180. 6 times 180 is going to be 1080. So there's 1080 degrees in there. To find angle A, I want to find the measure of one of those angles. All of those angles are the same measure. I know that there are 8, so I'm going to take 1080 and divide it by 8 to get one angle measure. And that's going to tell me that each one of these angle measures is 135 degrees. To find the exterior, I know that A and B here form a straight line. So if I take 180 and subtract 135, I get that the exterior angle B is 45 degrees. So if you have any questions, you can come to office hours either today or on Thursday. So I hope this makes sense. Tomorrow we will do the homework. Thursday you will have the quiz or exam, whatever you want to call it. So tomorrow we'll do homework. You'll have the quiz or exam on Thursday. So I hope you guys have a great day. If I don't see you in office hours, I'll talk to you on Friday.